Yo, guys, welcome back to another video. It's ban list time. We got one. Finally did it. So, you know what that means. We finally got some content. So, we're gonna go over it. I'll keep it pretty quick. I know a lot of you guys watch multiple different ban list videos, so it can get kind of redundant. But, honestly, the list isn't too bad. So, hopping right into the bans, the forbiddens. Lacrima, solid hit overall. I wasn't expecting this in the slightest. This card just came out, and it's a very important piece to the Fiendsmith engine, but it's gone. I think that's for the better, honestly. Appaloosa, that card needed to go a while ago, to be completely honest. I mean, dude, with all these decks that can just spam out monsters now, that card is a necessity for those decks. I think with this gun, Nib's going to be a lot better. Honestly, hand traps in general are going to be a lot better. I think end boards aren't going to be as oppressive. Same thing goes with Hot Red or Archfiend, the Calamities. With this card gone, I think that Centurion becomes a healthier deck in the format. I think just the longer that this card stays around, the more dangerous cards become. Synchro cards, tuners. The longer that this card is around, the more dangerous those cards are. So with this gun, I think, synchros are in a good place. I think they're fine, right? I think Centurion's a, decent deck, and this is just like the most infuriating card if you've ever played against it. It's like there's literally nothing you can do. So, and then the last on Forbidden is Beatrice. That card also, it's, a long time coming. Card's insane. It needed to be banned a long time ago. So it's good to see that it's finally gone. There's a few things definitely missing from this list, from the Forbiddens, to be completely honest. But overall, this is acceptable for sure. Moving on to the limiteds, there's a lot here, to be completely honest. And the unfortunate thing is, I think some of these cards could have been replaced with others. But, let's dive into it. Ava, this card, I mean, sure, it's really not going to do a whole lot. Beatrice is gone. Drytron is not like a threat at all. I don't know exactly what decks are going to use this. So, doesn't matter. Snake Eye Ash, cool that it's at 1. The problem is that the deck just becomes less consistent for now. It's going to get more support. So this, effectively does not do a whole lot. Snake Eye Poplar. This card, it's good that it's at 1, because if your opponent draws it, then, it's the impact that it's going to have is a lot less. The problem is that it's still a card. It's still an insane card. So we'll see what happens. Gimmick Puppets, number 40, number C40, both limited. I don't know anything about the Gimmick Puppet deck, to be completely honest. I don't know if this is good, if this is bad. I don't know if it matters or not, so let me know. Brain Diffusion, it's at 1. I don't play branded at all, but I feel like there are ways to, pseudo search this card, whether it be sending it to grave, adding it back to hand. I never really got into branded all that much. When it first came out, I played Sword Soul, and ever since it's come out, I've played literally any other deck except that one. So, I think Branded's going to be fine. One of the things that should have been on the Forbidden list was Sanctifier Dragon. And I've heard some people say Puppet, but Gimmick Puppet, Nightmare, if you just ban that, Branded players replace it with something else. So, it doesn't matter. I think you just have to ban Sanctifier. And considering that's not gone, I think Branded is still going to be a good deck. Maybe a little bit less powerful, but it's still going to be fun. Opening of the Spirit Gates. This is a touch to Yubel. I think the Yubel deck is still going to be incredibly strong, though. So, this is a start. This is a start for sure. Pot of Prosperity. This card basically could have just said, let your opponent add any card from their deck to their hand. This card's insane. It going to 1 is good. I don't think it's necessarily a bannable card yet. I don't think it's that strong, but seeing it at 1 is good for sure. Sangen Summoning. This card's insane. Absolutely insane. I think it's good that it's at 1. I think that means your Imperms, Veilers, pretty much all your hand traps are actually going to be effective now. There's other ways to search their field spell through terraforming, set rotation. I'm sure there's other ways too, so that is part of the problem. I think terraforming is a card that should have been banned a while ago too. I think it'll see the day on the ban list within the next maybe couple years or so. Hopefully within the next year. That card's, I mean, literally says add any field spell, not once per turn. Grass. Grass coming to 1 is cool. It's cool from a deck building perspective. I was never the biggest fan of this card. I played whenever it first came out. I'm just not the biggest fan of 60 card decks. That's me personally. I think they're cool in concept, but they don't really fit my playstyle. I think it's neat that it comes back though, especially with us having Thrust. So you almost have like, I mean, if you can get a monster on your opponent's side of the board, you can have 4 different grasses basically, or if you're just playing Go Second. It's neat, the math of drawing one of those 4 cards, whether it be the 3 Thrust or 1 Grass in a 60 card deck. Slim. The numbers get a little bit worse whenever you're playing with a deck that big, but I think this is cool. I'm excited to see what happens. Skill Drain going to 1. I'm happy that it's at 1, but I don't necessarily care for the trend of putting all of these floodgates at 1. I would rather them be banned, but this is a step in the right direction, so I can't complain too much, to be completely honest. Semi-limits, almost none of these matter. All of the Dragon Rulers, they're going to 2. Cool, step in the right direction, but just throw them at 3. They're going to be fine. If something crazy happens, which I don't ever foresee that happening, then ban them again, but I don't think they're going to be a problem. Lunalight Tiger, I actually really like the Lunalight deck for whatever reason. I think it's pretty neat. I played it for a little bit whenever it was popular. Played it for like a week, and then it got banned. So maybe I'll try this out. I think I have the whole core, or if I don't, it's really cheap to pick up. Colossus, it's cool. It's not going to do anything more at 2 than it was at 1, so you could probably throw it at 3. It'd be fine. Ib. Ib's cool. Good card. I don't think it's going to do anything, so cool. Unlimits. The unlimits are, they're not too bad. Armageddon Knight at 3. Cool. Consistency card. Isolde is banned, so I don't see it doing a whole lot. Red Rose. I actually really like this card. I'm hoping that it does something in the meta, because I would love to play it again. Kieran at 3 is cool. I don't know Magispectors all too well, but I don't imagine you're going to be playing, you know, a whole bunch of copies of this, unless it's not once per turn. Then that'd be super cool. Maybe you would play 2 or 3 of it. Plushfire, I really like this card. Right now it doesn't do a whole lot. Performages are going to get some new support, so hopefully it'll do some more then. Ancient Fairy Dragon at 3. There's very few times you play more than one of this in extra deck, so that'll be fine. Danglong at 3. Same thing as Ancient Fairy Dragon. I think this card has even less of an impact than Ancient Fairy Dragon, even though it does more. I love this card. I love worms like Sword Soul, Tenyis. I think it would be really cool if this card did something. We'll see. Time Seal. Putting it at 3, to me, seems a little bit wild. The card doesn't really do anything, but with Labyrinth, the Furniture's Transaction Rollback, it'd be interesting to actually see this card see some play. But that's it for this video. Like I said, I was going to try to keep it quick on this one. My overall thoughts, honestly, I think that the ban list is good, but I think it leaves a lot on the table that should have been addressed and didn't get addressed. Shifter being one of those. I haven't heard too many people talk about that in their videos, but I think Shifter definitely should have been touched on the ban list, whether it be semi-limit, limit, or, you know, preferably banned. Sanctifier is obviously a big one. I think that they should have hit Snake Eyes a little bit more. I think they should have. I don't know exactly how you would hit the Yubel deck, but I think that should have been touched up on. I think that, overall this list, for me personally, I would say it's like a 6, maybe 7 out of 10. I don't think it's that great, but I think, I think it does the job for now. We have a new set coming next month, I think in like 6 weeks or so. Rage of the Abyss. I think that'll shake some stuff up, shake the meta up a little bit more. But overall, I'm not disappointed with this list. I'm also not impressed. Somewhere right in the middle. But it'll do for now. So I appreciate you guys for sticking until the end, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.